To say this trip was unexpected would be an understatement. Welcome back, everyone, to a short vacation to New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the last week of September, and Hurricane Ian would be threatening to hit Tampa head on. Well, I guess we all know what happened. The storm turned south and hit south of us, but with school canceled for the rest of the week, my family and I took the opportunity to take a short trip out of town. So it's now Thursday, September 29th, and we're walking along the Mississippi River enjoying the low 70s weather and the infamous New Orleans streetcars. Along the Riverwalk runs RTA and the New Orleans Public Belt Railway. Said trolleys run under the ownership of RTA, which stands for Regional Transit Authority, which makes the trolleys part of New Orleans public transportation. The Public Belt interchanges with the 5 Class 1s in the New Orleans area, with their main customer being the giant intermodal port. Before any more sightseeing, however, we stopped in at Café du Monde, where we tried these beignets. These donut-like fried dough pieces are coated in way too much powdered sugar, but they've made New Orleans famous, and they were quite the treat. Definitely a must-have if you ever visit. Right outside the cafe, rush hour along the Mississippi was commencing, with barges, ships, and pleasure craft all making the river busy. I'm no boat enthusiast, but I did enjoy seeing these under the cloudless sky. You just don't see that in Florida until after the holidays. After a day of walking around and seeing the French Quarter, we'd be out on Saturday, October 1st, for a couple of hours to look around for some trains. First stop would be Central Avenue. I've heard good things about this spot, like all the railroads that run and converge here. And when we got there were already 3 trains in the picture. Unfortunately, there's a massive risk to railfanning this area, which is the ungodly amount of time that trains wait to move. Because of the sheer amount of traffic here, there are consistently railroad traffic jams, and we'd be seeing that this morning. Union Pacific was holding a northbound freight that was stretched along the Huey P. Long Bridge, and NS would be waiting on Amtrak in their side of the tracks. CSX's Gentilly Yard is also in the area, and today the south end would be blocked up by yard jobs. So at Central Avenue we sat, along with 3 other trains that were all waiting to depart. In the time being, I took a look around the Public Belt's engineering development. At first I thought it was some kind of depot, but instead, this is where they stage their rolling stock and locomotives, as well as some crew offices on the interior. The locomotive sitting next to the building is GMTX 2602, an EMD-built Jeep 38-2 built for the B&O Railroad in 1970. The 2602 sports GMTX's blue and white scheme, and from the looks of it, the NOPB takes pretty good care of it. But as many compliments as I can give this engine, it wouldn't operate in our time being here. Okay, let's move to something that was operating, like a train. Right, this guy caught us off guard, as I spotted the headlight but didn't know what track it was on or would converge to. So I ran over to the UP side of tracks, and although it was backlit, I beat it. With 2 GE 6-axle motors lugging this long train onto the bridge, I'd watch as the manifest crawled past the crossing. This train was probably going around 15 miles an hour, and in total it took 11 minutes to cross the road. So using some simple math, we can guess that this beast is a long train passing slowly, backing up traffic in both directions on the small industrial path. With our freight out of the way, nothing would change. All trains were still waiting and were still stopped. So we moved north as our time for railfanning began to expire. Driving north, we pull off at the north side of Lake Pontchartrain. I hope I'm saying that right. As we knew, an Amtrak train was already on its way out of the station. Soon the drawbridge began to lower, and for how long it's been here, it was pretty quick. A green at the control point of South End Slidell would let us know that all was ready for Amtrak's passing, specifically train number 20, the Crescent. As he neared, I thought I heard the lead engine's number called out, being 184. Now I know 184 is the Phase 4 heritage unit for Amtrak, but it hasn't been active for a while. So we got the cameras ready, and relatively soon, Amtrak 20 showed his face, gliding over the last mile of the 7-mile bridge over the lake. This would be our last train for the morning, as we still had some things to do with the entire family. So I thank you guys for watching this short video covering our short trip. I hope you all enjoy, and I also hope that everyone's doing well as the cool weather and holidays approach. October is probably going to be my busiest month as far as school goes, but hopefully when that clears up, we'll have some pretty cool stuff planned. But until we meet again trackside, this is Christian from Multicolor Films. End of transmission.